Yes, my dear friend, welcome back to the channel. It is a beautiful Saturday afternoon here in Southeast Asia, Malaysia to be precise. Wherever you are highly welcome. I'm glad to come your way because it's Saturday. Meanwhile, tomorrow is the day of our match. We have a game tomorrow against Leicester, and all preparations are towards that. Yesterday, our coach came speaking regarding the team condition and every situation. And he made certain statements, which I would like to point out one or two for you, this very special one, this very special edition. We need to be careful the kind of things we say or do when it comes to team management. You know, we spotted our coach at Brighton's game against Roma with our recruitment director, Paul Winstanley. And so he was asked at a press conference, who were you there to scout? You know, these journalists, sometimes I wonder, I don't know whether they think the coach can just go to Brighton to go and scout a player. It's not the job of a coach to scout. So that question for me was not even necessary. But he was asked, and this is the answer he gave. Mauricio Pochettino on why he was at Brighton. He said, no, it's not my job to scout. We wanted to go in a few weeks. We play Brighton in Brighton. We are going to be playing Brighton in few weeks. We are going to be playing Brighton in few weeks. Great opportunity to watch live football. Only 45 minutes from here in Cobham. So we decided to go. It was good to watch Roma and Brighton also. It was good to watch Roma and Brighton also. Now, the fact is, because we are playing Brighton in few weeks, he went there, he saw Roma as a good challenge. That if he is there to watch the way Brighton play or tackle the game against Roma in Europa League, he will have a clear idea on how to handle Brighton. That tells me that our coach is beginning to see the urgency of qualifying for Europe. He's beginning to realize the need to start winning games. Anyhow, whatever it will take to start winning games, he is beginning to, feel it. He's beginning to get it right. I just want to hope that this effort will yield results on the pitch of play. Yeah. I will hope this effort will yield good results on the field of play. Okay? Now, I want to go to some other news, but let me point out Jamie Vardy, Kase Maktea, Ricardo Pereira, and Dennis Praet are all out of the game against Chelsea on Sunday. Jamie Vardy, Kase Maktea, Ricardo Pereira, and Dennis Praet are all out of the game against Chelsea on Sunday, according to the press conference their coach had. If this is true, then it means that the Leicester team, as we see it, is already weakened. Because these are all first-team players. If it is true, then a good news for Chelsea in there. Even though we also have our own injury problems. Yes, it's true. But on paper, we look more stronger than they look. That is how it is. Hey, watch this picture on your screen. Just watch this picture. Look at my boy, Mohammed Kudus. Just imagine. Kudus there. The guy, anytime I see him play for West Ham, I feel like Chelsea, we failed ourselves. This could have been Chelsea. This player could have been at Chelsea by now. We went in and we didn't conclude the deal. The player chose to wait for us. He waited and waited with his agent, hoping that Chelsea would come back with a better offer. We didn't turn up. Look at the wonders he's doing with West Ham. Did you see the goal he scored? He took the ball from his own area through to the center of the field with the ball, he alone. 3-4 players, he beat all of them and still scored a goal. What a player Mohammed Kudus is turning up to be. Well, on that note, that brings me to Ghana Football Federation, or Ghana Football Association has announced that our new head coach is Otto Addo. Otto Addo, the same coach that took us to the World Cup, that we performed abysmally. The same coach, we are going back for him after less than 2 years. The coach that took us there, that after the World Cup, he left the job. Well, that was the agreement anyway. He has a contract with Dortmund. He's a talent coach. He is a talent coach of Dortmund. Ellen Haaland, Sancho, they all passed through him. He trained them. All these, Jude Bellingham, they are all his, players. They all passed through him. He trained all of them as their talent coach before they graduated into the senior team. Now, he had a contract with Dortmund, and Ghana FA had an agreement with him that, okay, come and take us to the World Cup. We have about 3 games to the World Cup. I think 2 games with Nigeria. So help us to qualify to the World Cup. Take us to the World Cup. After, you go back to your club. So he was going back and forth. Then, after the World Cup, based on the agreement, he needs to go back. And that is how he left. In fact, he made certain statements that many would have thought that he would not even come back. He said he and his family doesn't see their future with Ghana national team. They don't see their future with the Ghana national team. That was one of the statements that he made. So no one expected him to apply for the job again. And after our abysmal performance in the last AFCON in Ivory Coast, the FA put up their own, list of requirements that the next coach must have. And we were told that a lot of coaches, over 100 coaches have applied, and they were all interviewed. They even interviewed some coaches that did not even apply for the job, that they themselves contacted. But right now, we are being told again that among all the coaches that were interviewed, Coach Otto Addo stand tall among them. That he knew exactly what he was going to be doing. So he's given 34 months, 3 years contract. Otto Addo giving 3 years contract now with Ghana Black Stars. That's 34 months. With additional years. Listen, is it official? Otto Addo giving 34 months contract. That's 2 years plus 10 months. With an option for a further 24 months to be coach of Ghana national team. I like the long term. Yes. That means we are not just looking at, okay, the next AFCON, if we fail, we are going to sack him. We are looking at growth, performance. If we can take it that way, performance basis, not necessarily winning the trophy, but it's about is the team improving under him? Is the team growing under him? Is the team gelling under him? Then, with an option of another 24 months, which is another 2 years, making maybe close to 5 years contract, which is very good. But the fact remains, can this guy finally deliver the long-awaited trophy? AFCON. The last time Ghana won the AFCON is over 40 years ago. It is true, we are the third on the African continent. But can Ghana finally get hold of the AFCON once again? Within the period of the last 10 years alone, we've been to the finals 3 times. 3 times. Ivory Coast and Egypt, we played against them 3 times. The finals, yet we couldn't win the cup. But in last 2-3 years, we were unable to even qualify to the next group stage. Now, Otto Addo, according to FA boss, Okraku says, Otto was exceptional in the interview process and was rated highly by the search committee. Hence the decision. The committee was overly satisfied with Otto's performance, for which reason he was recommended to the Executive Council for approval. Dear friend, Ghana, we have a new coach who is our own. German-born, Ghana international, Otto Addo is back to the fold of Black Stars. I can only wish him the best. He is to select his technical team, his assistant coach, and the rest. Now, we wait to see who and who will be on that list. Yeah, I wait to see who and who is going to be on that list for Otto Addo in the coming days. Don't forget, in this match, we have international friendlies to play against Nigeria and some other 2 teams. Yes, international friendly to play in this match with Nigeria especially. And that game, my Nigerian friends, my Nigerian brothers, Ghana again, we are coming for you again. We are coming for you again. Come on, let me hear from you in the comment section what you think, dear friend. It is a great thing. I am excited because I like Otto Addo. Yeah, I personally like him. The only problem is sometimes when you are a coach, you might not be valued in your own country. And the job is such that no matter how good you are, you can be sacked. That is why I sympathize with Chris Hughton as well. I really sympathize with Chris Hughton, honestly. Well, let me leave that issue and move to some other news, dear friend. Finally, let me conclude. Pochettino, in his press conference yesterday, Pochettino said, it's not interesting for the people what I think, what it means to me to be successful. If I say one thing, people go in another direction. The most important thing, or the most important, is how the owners and the sporting directors judge the job. Let me take that for you again. It's not interesting for the people what I think, what it means to me to be successful. He's trying to say he is much more interested in getting the job done, having success as Chelsea, than what people are thinking. For him, he's putting his life online, that he is more serious. He wanted Chelsea to win more than what every other person is thinking. And therefore, right now, he has gotten to the stage where he doesn't care what people are saying. What matters to him is how the owners and the sporting directors judge the job he is doing. So, the owners and the sporting directors, are they pleased with the job he's doing? I guess so. That is why he's still at post. Dear friend, tomorrow Sunday, let's throw our weight behind the team and let's get the job done. Let me leave you here. I shall be back with more exclusives. Shalom and peace.